Welcome back. The city of Cape Town says its beaches will always be open to everyone. All races, locals and visitors too are welcome. This follows an incident over the weekend when a security company allegedly kicked off beachgoers off Clifton Beach. The security company says it was assisting city officials and police, a claim the city is denying. The ANC is branding the incident as racially motivated. Lobby group Black People's National Crisis Committee is staging a protest at the beach. eNCA's Leigh-Anne Jansen is at Clifton Beach and she joins us live now. Leigh-Anne, good evening to you. Firstly, let's start with the protesters behind you. What exactly is it that they're saying is the problem here?
Hi, Holly. Well, the protest is actually supposed to start at 6 o'clock, but some protesters have already gathered. Now, you know, 24 years ago, you and I would not have been able to set foot on this beach, and there are now claims that Apartheid era Separate Amenities Act is coming into play on Clifton's 4th beach again after a private security company, PPA, had told people to get off the beach last Sunday, the 23rd of December. Now, the PPA had claimed that they're working on the city's mandate. The city says it has no mandate with PPA, and PPA has no policing functions over this or any other area. So it's a bit of a he said, she said scenario at the moment. Nobody really taking responsibility and giving us a clear reason as to why people were actually told to leave the beach. PPA had also said that there was an alleged rape, an attempted rape it turned out to be later, and that is why they had told people to vacate Clifton 4th Beach. The SAPS has no record of a rape or assault on Clifton 4th Beach on the 23rd of December. But I am joined now by Tumani Makwele of the Black People's National Crisis Committee. Tumani, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
The protest action is set to take place from 6 o'clock. How many more people are expected to converge on Clifton's 4th Beach, and what is your message out here today?
Well, we're expecting plus minus 2,000 people who are coming here just after 6. And of course, our message is to call upon self-respecting black people to take a stand. We are sick and tired of always complaining on Twitter, on Facebook. Every time there's a racist backlash against black people. That's why we are saying for us, look, we must take an action as young people and fix this country. We know that the government will never do everything by itself. We have to assist our government to solve the South African problem. Part of that problem is a question of racism in this country. As you know, that we do not have a nationhood in this country as a people, both black and white. Now we have to fix that problem. As part of fixing that problem is to come here and stage a protest, but at the same time make a humble plea to our ancestors, the likes of Makanda, who died in a political protest when they escaped Robben Island, swimming over the beach, and they died inside the beach. And we believe
now
that
part of that calling on your ancestors, a ceremony is going to take place here later, isn't it?
Yes, we're having a cleansing ceremony here. We'll be slaughtering a sheep here, making a humble plea to our grandparents to really assist us with solving this problem that we are facing. It's humiliating, it's degrading for us as black children, as well as the black hawkers who are sitting here always humiliated by private securities who have no legitimacy, let alone mandate, to be able to go around and harassing black people in these beaches. That is why we are here today.
Now, further to today's protest action happening this evening, what other action is planned?
Well, further than that, we have spoken with the Mayor of the City of Cape Town this morning, and then he has promised us that we will have a meeting with him on the 2nd of January. We'll be coming back from holiday, and then part of the demands that we're making is that the City of Cape Town must apologize on behalf of the city, as well as the PPA, as well as the Rate Taxpayers Association of Camps Bay, to apologize to black people for this humiliating racism that they've committed against our people. It's degrading. We're not accepting it. As black people, as young people, as activists, we will fix this country through action, not complaining on Twitter.
Now, we're seeing more and more of the City of Cape Town's Metro Police officers coming down to Clifton 4th Beach. Are you expecting any backlash from the law enforcement officials?
Well, we're not expecting anything. The law enforcement officials are largely black people. We will communicate with them, and then, of course, they're here to keep law and order. And the mayor of the City of Cape Town, Mr. Don Plato, have reassured us about our safety, about our safety and security. And then he supports our program here, and then we will be engaging with them. They are also oppressed like us. They are also degraded like us. Therefore, we will not be fighting with our brothers.
Thank you so much for joining us. Well, clearly the Mayor Dan Plato and Deputy Police Minister Bongani Mkongi are both expected to head down to Clifton, Fourth Beach later this evening, but I'll bring you all those details as they unfold.
Leigh-Anne, before I let you go, so on the one hand, I'm sure you will ask the Mayor of Cape Town, Dan Plato, about the Minister of Environmental Affairs, Nomvula Mokonyane, who since argued later this afternoon that this issue or the security company involved here, PPA, has actually been conducting what she calls racial profiling. But before I let you go, talk to me about the investigation that was being done by the City of Cape Town. Have the findings been published yet? What has resulted of that investigation?
There's no result from that investigation as yet. All we know is that the City of Cape Town was looking into it. The SAPS are also investigating 2 or 3 cases that have been laid against PPA by vendors on the main road, as well as a friend of someone who works at a restaurant nearby. So at this stage, there's no outcome to these investigations. Sierra has also tweeted saying people need to come forward and lay complaints with them if they have any eyewitness accounts of what happened here. But what is clear, though, is that someone needs to take responsibility. There's no clear person or organization to blame at this stage because everyone seems to be passing the buck. Another thing is, and I'll ask the mayor this later, is that PPA has been seen helping the law enforcement and Metro Police officers at several other protests around Cape Town, one being the Burqa protest we saw recently, another in Clifton as well. So it seems that there is this unspoken kind of liaison between the City of Cape Town and PPA, but nobody is outright saying that. So we will try and get to the bottom of that with Mayor Dan Plato a bit later.
All right, Leigh-Anne Jansen, thank you very much for that update. She is at Clifton Beach ahead of that protest that is going to take place at about 6 o'clock. You heard the person she interviewed there, that there'll be about 2,000 people expected to turn up at that protest.